So if you're in the dark night, you know it's hard, difficult, there's a lot of pain coming up, anger, even resistance, everything feels meaningless, hopeless, pointless, and you wanna make it stop. You wanna run away, you wanna escape. And I wanted to do that so many times during my dark night. And I talk about this more in my other videos in this same playlist, so check those out as well if you're interested. But the biggest mistake you can do in the dark night is to run away, because the dark night is an opportunity. And I know it's easier said than done. I went through it myself for years. I felt this anguish that everything was meaningless. We're just robots. There's no point. It's easier said than done, but then again, the rewards are great. Now, why not run away? It's easy to numb yourself with food, sex, drugs, whatever your choice is. And the answer to why not is that you grow stronger. You become more free. You won't be as afraid of your own experience when you face your inner demons and you see that there's nothing to be afraid of. Yes, it feels bad. You want to resist because we've been taught to avoid negative feelings, negative states, negative ideas. But we don't have to identify with any of that. We can let them be, we can let them in. There's no need to panic about any of it. There's no need to even react to it. And you can try this yourself by challenging your mind. You don't have to panic and react heavily when a dark thought comes. If a thought comes, a story comes that says that life is meaningless, you don't have to do anything. You can just run away because it doesn't have any meaning. You can let that thought be and maybe even wonder, let's see if that's true. You begin challenging your mind by doing the opposite. And by doing that, you train your mind to see that you don't have to believe every thought, and not every thought is the truth. Because we all live in our own virtual reality. We see the world, but how we feel and perceive that world depends on our beliefs, conditioning, programming, you could say, and then we feel that. So why not run away? Because going through this makes you stronger and it'll help you enjoy life more. You get to see in the dark night your ideas crumbling, and those ideas often come from someone else. So you get to see someone else's ideas crumbling inside of you. And from that crumbling, from those ashes, can rise something that's authentic to you, true to you. So you can live life in the way that brings you enjoyment, fulfillment, you could say. So how do you do this? You start by challenging your mind, as I mentioned, by opening up to emotions. If you have an emotion like irritation, you can start small. You can notice where in your body it is. Does it have a shape? Does it move? Does it go in a circle? Does it pulse or does it stay still? Where does it start? Where does it end? And then see if you can open the gates. Let that emotion move freely in your body. Let it go to your whole body. See what happens. And it's paradoxical because we think that, oh no, I can't do that because then the bad emotion will take over my body and bad things will happen. But the opposite happens. Sure, at first you may feel irritation in your whole body, but as you get more curious and you notice that The irritation is a label we put on sensations in our body, energy moving. And as you embrace that energy and let it do what it does, it begins to disappear, because no energy in our body can sustain itself, not indefinitely, not without our assistance. So when you relax, you stop putting wood into the fire, you stop feeding the fire, and then it disappears, and the next emotion comes, the next thought, the next story, and that's life. We don't have to be afraid of what's going on. And in the dark night, you get to see that. Because in the dark night, everything that's dark gets turned up so you can see it. So notice your tendency to resist emotions and thoughts, and simply see what happens when you open up, when you let them be. Welcome them in for a cup of tea. And begin to listen to life. Notice what life brings you in terms of knowledge, books, people, information that helps you get through the dark night. Because it is a struggle. It is very difficult. At least it was for me. And I talk more about the lessons I learned and different aspects I discovered and had to go through in my other videos, so you can check those out. But don't run away, because this is a good opportunity, a very difficult one, but a very rewarding one. So when I was going through my dark night, I felt like I was floating in nothing. Nothing made sense. Everything seemed absurd. I remember taking a walk on a dark winter evening and just looking at the lights, the street lights, and thinking, what's going on? Everything seems just empty. Nothing makes sense. No idea. No belief. Nothing. And so all I could do was laugh. Not a laugh of enjoyment, but a laugh of exhaustion. My ideas were so broken down that I didn't know what was going on. And so even in those absurd moments, there can be enjoyment, because we don't have to control life. We can live life, notice what happens. We can see how our life unfolds. Because we aren't in total control. We can surrender, we can enjoy the ride. And we can notice what interests us and follow that and see what happens. Many people say that life is boring, but if you're going through the dark night, then life is not boring. It's very challenging. And if you face your inner demons, look them straight in the eyes, you'll see them crumble, because they have no energy, because they are within you. You are the movie projector. You give them energy. And as they come up, and as you let them be there, as you embrace them, eventually they disappear. And you get through the dark night. And after you're done, you look back and say, that was a crazy ride, but it was well worth it. At least that's what happened to me. So don't believe everything your mind says. Open up, explore, challenge your mind. And I'll see you in the next video. If you want more, you'll find me there.